Hey everyone, so this is going to be quick weekend messages. It's kind of like a podcast talk. So as you can see in the video, it says elisajane.com. If you go to the website and you subscribe, you'll be able to get access to the weekly readings. There's 2024 readings, there's brand new readings on the website. So check them out, but I want to start doing new things. So you're one of the lucky ones if you actually get to hear this podcast, just because there's been a lot going on with YouTube. But we're going to move forward. We're going to be going on to new platforms. You can find them in the link below. If you want to book the 2024, it is linked in the video, so it's half price. It goes into many different areas and covers 2024. But I just wanted to give you a little treat. So this is about energies this weekend in love, etc. So remember, Mercury is retrograde. It's quite an intense time. So you're being told to keep your balance. A message for the collective is about there's a lot going on. And I feel like this is about getting a second income stream. So some of you are being told this weekend, instead of stressing, instead of letting your emotions get the better of you, it's time to take control. Another message is about letting ships sail. So some things are over with COVID, like you've seen it with my channel, with a lot that's happened. Move forward. Stop asking, why have these people done this? Why has this happened to me? And start seeing that it's happening for you, not to you. So you'll move to the next level. Okay. So yeah, some of you, there could be emotions all over the place this weekend. You could feel a lot of inner turbulence. You could be dealing with a connection that is up and down. I kind of get people are struggling with breathing. They're really not in the best place energetically. Some people are getting sickness. But it's a time to get out of your emotions. It's a time to start looking at how you can bring affinity and balance to your world. It's a time to look at basically other income streams. Whatever is affecting your emotions, it's time to take control. Because the world's only going to get harder as they bring this back. You know what I'm talking about, as they keep doing what they're doing, one rule for one and another for another. Some of yous are being driven crazy because there's just too much stimulation. So this weekend, you need to find an internal balance. This is meditation. This is taking action. With the Queen of Cups reversed, now is not the time for a passive approach. Now is not the time to be emotional, because there is a lot of injustice. There is a lot of chaos, but this is about taking a practical approach, okay? So you got the Ace of Swords. So this is about clarity. Some of you doing meditation this weekend. It's going to bring a lot of clarity. This is stepping into the crown chakra. The divine is really coming through this weekend with a lot of guidance as well. Now, I'm struggling to convey the message because your unconscious mind, your energy, the collective noise is fighting you. But that's what the Matrix is trying to do, make the mind as busy as possible, make them as internally chaotic as possible. They won't be able to function. It's what all the censorship is about. It's about what's coming down the pipe. That's why if you get the 2024, it'll give you a real heads up for you. There's also an archangel read as well. But generally, people are struggling with breathing, they're struggling with energy, they're very, very tired. There's 6 retrogrades, there's a Mercury retrograde. But I think for the collective who are listening to this, you're going to have to accept that the old stuff is not working no more. You need to stop talking. You're getting serious guidance this weekend about what you need to do, what you need to act on. The job this weekend is to act on it. There's been ideas coming up for a while, and you're like, I know I should set up that store. I know I should create that business. I know I should start the gym. I know I should just do it. Especially for those people listening to this who've kind of been mulling this over and it's been coming up again and again. It's a time to execute. I know you're tired. Some of you are really beaten down. There's a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of confusion. And that's why the only truth that you can listen to now is your truth, right? Because the world is too messy. It's too chaotic. It's too many opinions. So A lot of you are being told to pull back, to meditate, to internally reflect, and to make choices based off what you feel is right, as opposed to family, friends, and the collective. Okay, Ten of Swords reversed. Try not to be in defeatist thinking, because for me, the Ten of Swords upright is someone who's really in a dark place mentally. Like this person, the way that they're thinking, the energy, the thoughts are quite dark. And so this is creating a defeatist mindset, which is creating a burnt out body. I feel like it's a time to really trust that whatever is happening for you, that God has got you, and He's coming through in some way. It could be a tarot reading, it could be anything, it could be something someone says. So I feel like it's a weekend to really pay attention to the content, to the ideas that are coming through, to what people are saying, because there's God consciousness in what people are saying this weekend, things you're watching, things you're drawn to. It's not random, it's meant to be. It's so that you can get this guidance and act on it. Okay, stop attending the circus. I think it's a weekend to not play to gluttony, because the Nine of Cups for me is someone who's like over drinking, over consuming. This is also a weekend to not be stubborn and not be rigid. With the Four of Pentacles reversed, things have got to go, because a lot of humans are going to stay outdated in the world that's coming. It'll just kill you. You won't survive. Whether it be psychologically, financially, spiritually, emotionally, you just will not survive what is coming. So it's a weekend not to be stubborn. It's a weekend not to be too rigid. And it is time for the collective to start thinking about letting go of people, jobs, personas, ideas that are no longer working for them. Okay. Tell me more in this podcast talk, please. Collective energy is what's coming through. The Hierophant, so this is about the system. This is about the system that we choose to live within. We have to follow certain rules within a job or with a boss. It's time for you to think about the system that you're living in. And as you can hear with my speech, it's like, cause it's Mercury retrograde, there's so much pent up energy, there's bad breathing, there's bad health, like something's just not good for you. It's not good for your energy, it's not good for your health, it's not good for your well-being. So it's time for you to change the systems within your world. It could be the way you live in, it could be relationships, it could be a job, like something just isn't working. I feel like there's going to be clarity when it comes to love for most people this weekend, or just clarity in general. It's just like, this is not working anymore. This is a zero sum game. It only benefits this person. It only benefits this person. It doesn't benefit me. Okay. Ooh. So for some of years, the Ace of Swords with the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups is there is going to be a talk this weekend, and it leads to a lasting relationship. I think it's about clarity. It's about stepping into your higher self, because then when you step into clarity and step into your higher self, the universe can deliver it. A lot of years have been saying to me, Elisa, the hate is out here, the bad energy. Don't tune into these people. They want your energy. They want your focus. They want your time. Like, these people don't matter. 2024 is about, unless you're trying, I don't fuck with you. Okay. Like, the more clear you can get about what you want, you just won't put energy into these people who are all about drama and chaos and distraction, and people who are just selling you a pipe dream. I feel like the collective, like, they're just done being burnt out, they're just done being tired, they're done with the sales pitch, you know. And yet, obviously, as you can hear in the breathing, I do think they're going to be bringing all the lady back. They're going to be bringing all the problems back. But it's about how we adapt to it. That's why I feel like this weekend, it's about really getting anchored within you, getting around good friends, right? Starting to think of new creative avenues for money and business. Start rebuilding yourself, start re-establishing yourself. Some of you light seers are being massively attacked, but the divine is coming through with new people, new energies, new opportunities, new things where you can reestablish yourself and build yourself. So you've got the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords are nasty, mean people who are moral, like these people lack morals, right? These are people who cut down other people. It's people who think the judge and executioner of other people's lives, what they should be saying, what they should be doing, how they should be living. Don't listen to these people. Some of you have got like nasty people in your family or nasty people within a business, but they're everywhere, right? I just think for the collective, there's a lot of clarity this weekend. That's what this podcast talk is about. I'm calling it a soul talk. It's about reconnecting with your soul. It's about reconnecting with your soul tribe. It's about this isn't working. You're going to have to rebuild. You're going to have to reestablish. You're going to have to find peace within because the world in the winter is going to get so chaotic. And that's why they're putting it out there so that you start preparing yourself for what's coming. Okay, be careful with your own mindset, be careful with your own nastiness, be careful with the energy that you're sending out there this weekend. Some of you are just dealing with someone who's just basically nasty. This person is not going to give you the relationship that you want. I think for the collective, it's about being honest, right? I know it's a painful time. There's a lot of people who are suffering and they didn't do anything. They haven't done anything and it's not fair, but we're very much in a time of history where it's not about what's right. It's not about what's fair. It's about what's convenient. It's about what suits the institutions. It's about what suits people. You know, we're going through a mass breakdown of society and it's going to be a very painful time. And it's not that you're talentless. It's not that you've done anything wrong. It's mass madness that's taking place. So me as a dealing with a masculine, and I feel like this masculine knows that you really just want a relationship, but this person is just a nasty person. You need to make better choices as the collective. And like I said, you're going to have to step up. The noise, the challenges, all the things that they're going to bring back, they're going to be there because these matrix players are there just for that. There is a spiritual war, and there is the divine and the devil who are both fighting each other, right? And there is devils that walk amongst you, and their job is to sabotage you, to defeat you, to make you tainted and dirty, and to knock you off track. And it is about choosing which side you sit on, right? Do you sit on the devil's side or do you sit on the divine side? And I think as a collective, we've really been feeding these narratives. We've been feeding the fear. We've been feeding the greed. We've been feeding the devil kingdom, right? It's time to clean up your act. That's the message, right? It's time to know that you've got 3 to 4 months of this year and then you've got a brand new canvas coming for you. So clean up your act. 3 months of conditioning is a lot of conditioning to change yourself. You'll be in a real good place in 2024. But some of you need to work on your breathing. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of repression. There's a lot of triggers. There's a lot of bad energy. You've got to do the work. This is the meditation, this is the yoga, this is the looking at your personal circumstances and saying to yourself, like, how can I navigate my personal circumstances? Try not to be in a victim mentality, even though some of you listening are a victim. There is clear injustice, it is disgusting behavior from some people out here, but just try not to be in that energy. We all know what this is at this point, so just try to come from God has got your back, that there's an answer to all of this, that there's just a new door opening as this door closes. But yet it's about clarity, it's about execution. I feel like for some of you, especially Scorpio, potentially Aries, potentially air signs as well, there is true love coming your way. You just need to open yourself to the energy you want to receive. Stop opening yourself to fear. because you're creating it within your reality. If money is what you want, money's everywhere, it's coming in. I don't know how I'm getting it, but I know it's coming in. If love is what you want, start opening to the fact that your true love is going to walk in the door at any moment. Feed what you wish to create, not the thing that you don't want, because some of years that's what you're doing. The Five of Swords is like someone who's like mindset is destroying them, and it's also the collective mindset and the institution and the propaganda, right? This is defeatism. It's people all fighting with each other. Just don't engage with these people. That's what they want. They want feed, right? They want fuel. They want attention. Don't engage with these people. You've got better things to do. Two of Pentacles for me as well is about calming your emotions. So in the background, there's a lot of emotion. There could be a lot of unconscious energy that's coming up. So you do need to balance yourself out. Right, let's see some more energies that are coming through. So I just wanted to do this for you because, and like I said, maybe only a few people will watch it or sorry, listen to it. But when Mercury is in retrograde, there is a lot of retrogrades, there's a lot of heavy energy. But you need to get creative for the collective, right? Don't let people steal you and steal your dreams and steal who you are, because that's what they're trying to do. Page of Cups reversed. No more naivety, no more fake promises. Like, this is people who are listening to this who really just want solid now. They're just done, right? They're tired of these people and of these environments, and like they just want balance. They just want real now. But you're going to bring into your reality what you are and also what you're not. So you need to get real to bring in real. If you want peace from other people, you need to become peace. If you want honesty, you need to be honest, right? Tell me more about the collective in this soul podcast talk, please, this weekend. The Hangman reversed. So it's time to stop making sacrifices. It's time to stop hanging about. It's time to stop wasting time. You've already done these patterns. You already know what this situation is. You already know what these people are. Some of you, it's time to rebuild yourself. Some of you, you're not in a good place mentally or your energy or your health, and it's about your choices. You need to start making much better choices, right? So everything improves. I feel like some of you feel like energetically intruded upon. You could have people creeping, but you will, because that's what the Matrix do. So what I want to say this to you is that the Matrix live through other people. They don't have lives of their own, right? They live through the internet. They live through. That's why like these TV shows are so big, because people just live through them because they don't have a life. Some of you could be that though. So, maybe you're the one who's being bitter, nasty, projecting, living through people. It's time to get out there and build a life so you don't be that version. There's something about a version of you that needs to change. This is about you setting strong boundaries with people who are projecting and deflecting and dictating. Who are you again? Yeah, that's what I thought. You're a stranger. Now move. But I wouldn't even get it. Well, I deal with people appropriately. It's like if they have to be dealt with, deal with them. But if they can be ignored, just ignore them. Because most of these people who act like this, who are nasty, spiteful, all of that, they just want your attention. Like, and I know it's hard because it's everywhere. You need to be better versions. You need to demand that other people be better versions, right? It's time to rebuild ourselves, recreate ourselves. We're going to go back into this, and you know what I'm talking about. But this time we're prepared. We've done it before. We know the drill. We're prepared this time, right? So it's time to navigate, use whatever is thrown at you in the months to come, okay, to basically build yourself. You know what they say? A talented man never moans about his tools. And that's kind of what it's going to be in the months to come in, 2024 with the elections and all of this. There is going to be a lot of, rugged tools. There is going to be a lot of things pulled. There is going to be a lot of injustice. But a talented man, a competent man, he will work with whatever tools he's got. He will navigate, he will adapt. Right? This is about getting around strong people. This is about building up other people instead of pulling them down, because I feel like a lot of people are just pulling other people down. It, the human race, the human family need to come together more than they ever did. They need to help each other more than they've ever helped each other. Like let's be better. You know, let's not feed these hatred narratives. Let's come together. Let's collaborate. Let's make each other stronger. Let's be better, right? Because if we can do this, like, we're gonna have a chance, right? Because they want us infighting, they want us hating, they want us projecting, they want your couple weakened, they want you in distractions, they want you in the devil's mouth, right? So I feel like it's time to get out of Neptune and energy. It's time to get out of fantasy land. It's time. Some of you are in a quite a dark place, especially financially or emotionally. You need to see the truth of this person. You need to see the truth of this situation. You need to prepare for the weeks, the months, and the year to come, right? Because a lot is coming, and take it from someone who it happened to, right? I was very successful on YouTube. I had a lot of clients, and then I spoke the truth. And did they ruin me? There is no words for what they did. And, people have sat there and they've enjoyed it, but what they don't understand is it's coming for them too. This time around, if you're in a job and you don't take that, you know what I'm talking about, that's it. Your livelihood is over. There's a lot coming, right? And just like some of you are sitting there and you've got some really nasty, spiteful people attacking you or moving against you, but don't worry about these people because their karma is so bad. And not only is their karma so bad, but the circumstances coming for us all is very bad. So they're going to have to deal with the circumstances that are coming and then also all of the karma through what they've done to other people. Stop focusing on your haters, focus on people who love you, care for you, who want the best for you. If those people are not around you, go get in communities, go network and push yourself out of your comfort zone. Refuse to be bitter and choose to be better. Okay, it's going to be the most adaptable man who survives. But this weekend, some of years, another thing is a talk that is coming. So there is a talk coming and it's going to lead to a lasting relationship. I want to focus on this. I'm getting a strong Scorpio energy, Aries energy, Taurus energy, or air sign. If you want a private reading, the linked in the I dot. Obviously, this is general guidance, but the collective guidance for this weekend is to act from the crown chakra, to see the bigger picture, to look at your life and the circumstances you're in and the systems that you're in. Are they working for you or are they working against you? Are you benefiting or are you losing? Are other people building themselves up at the price and the cost to you? Okay. What do you need to prepare for? How is what's coming going to affect you, your stability, your health, your well being, your family? These are the things you need to think about, and you've got a little bit of time to do so. Okay, so tell me about this relationship, please, that is coming. Again, by going to my website and subscribing, you don't have to buy anything. There's going to be lots of podcast soul talks on there. There is weekly readings on there. There is blogs on there. So again, that's what we need to do. Take our power back, because these social media platforms, they're just judging executioner. They're God. They're playing God, right? It's like, okay, we don't like her, just delete her. Whole business down the drain. People have got Etsy stores. We don't like this. Suspend the account. You've got to take your power back so you can be on these social media platforms. Just don't put all your eggs in one basket. Start building your own network, your own email list. Take back control, basically. But you'll find me at the top. You're looking at it, elisajane.com. Go subscribe. You can buy the weeklies. There's going to be a lot on there in the future. Okay, so tell me about this relationship this weekend for the collective. I feel like for a lot of single people, you're just struggling because what you actually need is a support system. So I feel like some of you are really not in a good place. And by basically taking love seriously, by taking friendship seriously, by investing in love, by investing in friends, things are going to really stabilize. Because I believe a lot of people are not in a good place because basically they don't have the support network, right? There is a few here who basically you're holding yourself back for a connection with a masculine. Could be, excuse me, a Gemini or a Taurus, but this masculine is nasty. And I feel like this person doesn't want you to come to your power. That's a big collective message in this soul podcast talk this weekend. Watch those people who are spiteful and nasty and blocking your way. These could be in your friends, they could be in your family, it could be a masculine or a feminine. You need to get away from these people because they're actively sabotaging you. They're stopping you from standing out, they're stopping you from building money. You need to that's where you need to make a change this weekend, right? And don't allow other people and their opinions and their bitterness and their nastiness, right, to stop you from building and standing out and being all you can be, because you've got a right to do it. The divine is saying that. The divine is supporting you, especially the light seers, the psychics, the teachers, the healers. Like, you've got to level up, you've got to stand out, because that's what these people want. They want you as silent as possible, right? You gotta have the courage now to face these people, to stand out anyway, to speak anyway, right? But yeah, some of you are dealing with a masculine or a Virgo or a Leo. So this could be a Leo woman, a Virgo woman, a Taurus man, an Aries man, a Gemini man. But I feel like this is someone, or an air sign man. This is someone who really is blocking you. They're stopping you from moving forward in your life. They're stopping you from building independence financially. Whoever this person is or these people are, they're nasty people. Some years the high priestess can be some kind of tarot reader, or it can be someone who works in the shadow doing energy work. It can be an investigator. It can be um this can be someone who works for like YouTube audits or Facebook audits, or the ones who do basically fact checking, because the high priestess is someone who investigates, and these are like fact checkers. But yeah, these are people who think the judge and executioner of what people should be thinking, saying, and doing. But just try not to feed into it. I know it's difficult, but just, these will get theirs. Their karma's coming, trust me. Um, Try to focus on what you can do with the circumstances you're in. But some of you keep going to tarot readers, or you keep reading into this person's behavior. I feel like the Five of Swords person can be someone who's kind of unhinged. This is the person you need to leave behind. For the collective, you keep saying you want love, but you keep pursuing the opposite. Yeah, the fool. So you're pursuing fuckboys or men who want no baggage. They don't want to set down roots. They don't want to be in a serious relationship. You keep repeating a pattern. Some of you keep dealing with a masculine or a feminine who you keep going in circles with. You need to cut this person out. They're keeping you limited within your world. They're stopping you from growing financially. They're distracting you. They're consuming you. Okay. So this is a weekend where you want balance. You want people who don't consume you. They don't pull you down. They're not, okay. Tell me about the good relationship though for the signs that we mentioned. Two of Cups, told you. You just need to think in what you want to create. You need to stop saying you want true love, but pursuing people who are rejecting you and who basically aren't giving you time and energy. Just leave those people, let them go. Let your haters watch while you come to your power and do everything that they say you can't do. Rebuild yourself from the knives that they've threw in your back. Like, bring it. This time around, we're prepared, right? Like, at first it was quite brutal, but now we're prepared. We know how to handle it. We know how to navigate it, right? It's time to take a different approach to certain people in your life, to a certain job. Stop clinging, stop holding on. But for some of years, we've got the Two of Cups coming up here. This is someone you're going to build a home with. This is someone who's going to bring a lot of stability. It's someone who you're going to build a lot of power because you feel so grounded with this person. Okay. So it could be Taurus, Leo is coming up strongly. Excuse me. I keep hearing air signs as well. The moon card reversed next to the two of cups. So this is someone who's not deceptive. It's someone who doesn't confuse you. It's someone who's very clear about the loyalties to you. This is also your friends and family. This is amazing. This is about getting around people who support you, the loyalty, you, they're not playing no games, they're not being deceptors. You feel safe in their energy, you feel safe in their company. They say what they mean and they mean what they say. We need to approach what's coming differently. Like, yes, there's nasty, spiteful people, there's a lot going on, there's injustice, but this is about there is also beauty, and there's amazing people, and there's amazing opportunities, and you've got so much power and so many talents, and you need to focus on what's within your power. You need to use your talents and your skills for other people, for yourself, to make the collective stronger. Let the weak sit with the weak. You go sit at this table of strength. And I know some of you are struggling right now. We are all breathing. The stress is high. The energy is intense. The unconscious is really, really triggered. They're really trying to stop us, you know? Yeah, and it's just like people are really being tested, but we need to rise to the occasion. And we're not going to do that going into nastiness and bitterness. We're not going to do that cutting other people down. We need to be supporting the real ones now. You need to get over to my website. You need to donate. You need to, whatever way you can support, like, share, whatever, right? We need to be supporting the real ones so they can create and they can build other people and help to create other people. And then they can go to build other people and create other people. It's like people can't feed the poison enough. But when it comes to the real people who deserve the respect and who deserve the support, they're rejecting those people. It's insanity. And I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about a lot of people out here who are so good at what they're doing, but they're being ignored. And then the people who are toxic and poison, it's like they can't feed them enough. It's crazy. You need to start showing support to your friends and family. Start building them up. Start putting energy into them. Start putting belief into them. Get around people who do that for you. When people are fucking doing well, look them in the face and be like, you look gangster, well done. you know? So I think some of yous need to take a different approach. You need to speak differently. You need to act differently. You need to move in a different energy. Some of yous have got a true love connection coming your way. And this true love connection, after all this injustice, after all of these rejections, after all of these defeats in love, this is your motherfucking person. This is it. This is the one. This is the one who doesn't come like they're not moving mad. They're not moving crazy. They're not deceiving you. They're not cheating. They're not lying. They're not going to leave. Like, the solid, right? But you just need to come out of retreat, because there's some people listening to this and you're just hiding away. You're letting your mind defeat you. You're letting the propaganda defeat you. You're letting your past defeat you. You're going to have to rise to the challenge. It's time to step into your higher self. It's time to execute. It's time to say what you mean what you say. Stop focusing on other people. You've got enough to do. You've got enough to heal. You've got enough that you've got to recreate, right? Don't listen to the collective. Less is more. Some of you are leaving a community, or you're leaving something behind where these people are fake. They're not supportive. The freeloaders, the takers. They just talk shit. Okay. Anything else in this soul podcast talk for the collective that they need to know? So I heard health really strongly. Okay. I feel like the magician reversed as well. There's a lot of tricksters. There's a lot of manipulators. There's a lot of propaganda. The Mercury retrograde is affecting a lot of people because the magician reverse rules Mercury retrograde. But I think on the 15th it goes forward. So there's not that long now. Some of you are feeling really tired. You're feeling like you can't organize yourself. But this is a weekend to like write a list of the things that are triggering you or annoying you. Get that bedroom sorted, get that kitchen sorted, face that bill. Just like write the list down, hit your goals, start cleaning up your act. Change your music, change the people you're listening to on the internet. Like, really make sure the people you're listening to are in alignment with what you want to create. Okay, so if connection is what you want to create, get away from people who are creating separation. If love is what you want to bring in, get away from people who are anti love, anti marriage. Maybe people who've been through failed marriages or failed relationships, so they're bitter. Don't listen to them. Because when you listen to them, you're creating the idea, which means you're creating the emotion, which means you're creating the action, right? Um, a lot of yous are gonna have to rebuild yourself because it's just like what we're being hit by is just insanity. It's mass mind control. It's nastiness. It's just and some of yous you're gonna have to but I wouldn't even worry about it. That's what I'm doing at the minute. I'm minding my own business. I'm not bothering anyone. I'm keeping myself to myself. Come fuck with me. And you're going to see what, because I'm not playing for battles. I'm playing for wars. Come on, cunt. Come fuck with me. I tell you now, choose another enemy. Because I'm at my limits. Choose someone else. Go bully someone else. Go because trust me, I will cause you problems you didn't even know was problems. But a lot of yous as well, also like just look at people. People are going through a lot. This could be yous making problems for people. It's like, really, why? Don't you think people are going through enough? Like, just stop. All right, if people are being dickheads, if they need calling up, if they need being held accountable, but don't make petty ass problems for no reason, right? If it's necessary, do it. If it's not, turn it in. Because all of us are doing it, right? It's not just like it's everybody else. Let's come together. Let's get ourselves stronger. Let's make other people stronger. When people are doing good shit, look them in the face and be like, "You're looking good. Love the way you acted there. You're such a gentleman." Start being better, right? Um, we all need to do it, right? People are very tired. They're very disconnected. They're very fearful. But this is what the Matrix wants. This is what this system wants. It wants everybody disconnected and just projecting and deflecting because then that makes us weaker. It wants the real ones who've got something to say or something to create to stop doing it. You've got to stand up. You've got to start putting yourself out there, putting your voice out there, doing the creations, making your voice matter, making your life matter. And there's a big indication that you're finding your soul tribe, you're finding your person. I think a lot of people have had enough of being alone. They don't want to be alone anymore. You know, they want that person to love. If you love someone, tell them this weekend. I just did. There's a man I've been in love with for a while, and I was like, love you. He's going away, for a couple of days. I was like, enjoy yourself. I'll talk to you afterwards. And I just said, I love you, right? And he, like, this is gangster Middle East. You don't say that to these guys. Well, I do because I love you. So block me and reject me, but I love you. So I'm telling you, I love you. I don't care no more. And that's the courage I want you to have, right? Stand up and speak the truth in the face of these dirty, dirty deceivers, right? Tell people you love them. When people are doing well, tell them they're doing well. Stop being cowards. Stop being cowards. If our predecessors came down and seen us, they'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? I run through your veins and you're acting like this. I'm not saying you have to stand beating your chest on the top of a mountain. I'm just saying, have courage. When you see that girl down the street that that you really like, walk over, say hello, have courage, right? Just, I know it's hard because we're so deeply in our fears, but you know, it's time for courage, because that's what's going to get us to the new world. It's what's going to get us to these new opportunities. It's what's going to get us to happiness and get us to love. So many people are living isolated in fear and they're just putting up with so much. Fuck you. But we need to fight peacefully. We don't need to be out here with a big mouth and contesting, and we don't need to be doing that. I feel like there's a deep talk. That's why we talked about the deep podcast talk, the soul podcast talk. But it's hard because with the magician reversed and the Mercury retrograde, it's like we can't convey what we're trying to say. So some of you want to have a deep talk this weekend. I think maybe writing an email, maybe writing it down first before you go and approach it, because I had a situation with my friend where she was really, really not happy with me this past couple of days yesterday, And I think it's the Mercury retrograde. I think it's the way we're speaking. I think it's the way we're reacting. So if you've got something you want to confront, either write it down and don't send it and wait till the Mercury retrograde goes away, or write it down and relay it to yourself so that when you do say it, it's exactly what you wanted to say. Okay, now's the time for caution in what you present and what you say and how you react and how you're responding because of these Mercury retrograde energies. Some of us, this person is a past person. This was a person from your past. It was a person who you knew in the past. It was someone you was connected to in the past. I'm getting a lot of people want to reconnect with the soul. They want true people around them. They've had enough of the instability. They've had enough of the stress. They've had enough of the mind games. They just want peace, you know? And there is a lot of people who you're not going to take them for granted. If you go into their life, they're going to come for war. But they're not interested in petty mind games and petty battles. They just want peace. They want real people. They want good energy. They want support. I think there's a lot of people who've been living the single life and they really want that person to share their life with. They want a true counterpart and it's coming. But you just need to move in the energy you wish to create. You're not going to create success thinking in failure. You're not going to create love thinking in separation. You need to create the energy, create the mind, create the emotion, create the energy in the emotional body, and it's going to start with your thoughts. But I love this because there's people listening to this going, this is what I fucking want. I am tired of being alone. I'm such a pussy. I'm so fearful. I'm tired of not saying what I really think. I'm tired of the way these people are treating me. I'm tired of living like this. You're worth fighting for. Stop letting them defeat you. Stop letting your past experiences defeat you. That was then, this is now. And some of us light seers, we've been hit. But if you've been hit the way I've been hit, it's because the devil don't want you saying what you got to say. So we're going to say it anyway, and we're going to find a way. And the divine is telling you we've got your back, but you need to adapt. You need to approach this differently. You need to stop feeding these energies. You need to get around the right people, get around the right tables, right? It's amazing. So, like I said, go to elisajane.com. That's only for the people who like what I do. Subscribe to my website, like the video so a lot more people see it. I know it's a podcast, but just like it so other people can listen to it because it'll go up. Share it, clip it. Um, okay, so let's take a look. If you want to book the 2024, it's linked in the video. This will really help you. The angel reading is amazing as well. Anything else for this collective podcast talk for this weekend? Three of Swords. This is numbness. This is pain. This is just tears. Like some of you might break down this weekend because things are just so overwhelming. I think for some of you, there's someone who's causing heartbreak and numbness and they're keeping you stuck and they're keeping you trapped. And you're only going to get to this true counterpart when you let this fake devil love go. But I do think some of you who are listening to this, you're going to break down this weekend. You can't do this no more. This is deep loneliness. This is being so triggered. This is a life that it's too much, man. This is no money. This is someone who's holding you captive in a job or a home or some set of circumstances, and you just can't do it no more. The magician reversed as a collective read is that we need to speak up. We need to come to our power. We need to put our piece in the puzzle, right? Every one of us that stands up and is accountable is going to make the future better for everybody. Okay, 10 of Wands. So this is energy that's overwhelmed. This is massive stresses. Be careful as well because the Three of Swords with the 10 of Wands, this can be a heart attack. This can be a high anxiety. It can be panic attacks. It can be a heart that's being put under too much pressure. You've got to start taking your health seriously. You've got to get on top of your stress. You've got to get the stresses out of your life, whether it be a job, whether it be people, whether it be aspects of you. Changes have got to be made, excuse me, for the collective. Like, changes have got to be made. Your own mindset has got to change. Your own reactions have got to change. If people are weighing you down, if they're causing you problems, it's your reactions, it's the way you're responding. So, love is coming in for an Aquarius who's listening to this with a water sign, but your heart is blocked. Some of you are not seeing that it's your own indecision, especially for the divine feminine. It's your own deception. It's the conflicting energies you're sending out there that are blocking your progress, they're blocking opportunities, they're keeping money from coming in, they're keeping love from coming in. You're doing it to yourself. A tip in this podcast is you could write a list of values, a list of things you really want, and every night before you go to bed, read them out to your I'm going to do it. Every morning when you get up, pick it up off the side, read it to yourself, because you can recreate your behavior before you go to sleep and when you wake up in the morning, because it's when the unconscious mind is most programmable, just before sleep, before we enter the unconscious state, and on awakening from sleep is when we've just came out of it. So what you need to do is write a list of what you really want. And this has got nothing to do with your past, your fears, reasons why you can't get it, none of that. This is just, if you could live a perfect life, if you could really have what you want, what would that list look like? Write it out when you're listening to this. And then every night before you go to sleep, keep it in a journal, keep it in a notebook, take it out, read it to yourself. When you wake up in the morning, get into a pattern of doing it. It's a bit like mantras. Um, and fuck these bitter people, fuck the haters, fuck the people who want to see you lose. We don't care. Go away, you bore. Go away, you bore. If people want to live isolated, if they want to hate on love, if they want to be bitter, if they want to live through a screen, let them. Let them. Even as you move forward towards success, these haters are going to be sitting there drunks, drugged up, talking shit in the chat. By all means, if you need to live through me, if that gives you life, go ahead. But I'm going to get on doing me, which is inspiring the people I'm here to inspire, living my life, living in my truth, doing what I want to do. Some of you need to just stop giving a fuck what these people think. Who are they? Who are you again? Do I know you? And even if you do know these motherfuckers, the people around you should be supporting you, not dragging you down, not dictating to you. Of course, if they give good advice and constructive criticism, you should listen. Another thing for this weekend is excessive tiredness. You're very tired. Some of you need to just go to bed all weekend. Just sleep, you know? Just sleep all weekend. Nothing wrong with it. It's not lazy. Some of you are really just burnt out. Some of you want to have that deep talk with someone this weekend, and it's actually going to lead to a deep, deep, lasting connection. You are going to tell someone you love them this weekend. You are going to ask someone out this weekend. Just do it. You live once. Some of you are going to sit there and your mind's going to be telling you, you're not no podcast host. You can't be successful. Sit down and accept your fate. And this weekend, you're going to say, you know what? Little hater in me, because it's nobody else. It's that dark voice in you. Fuck you. And you're going to build the next best thing. You're going to do it anyway, even though that voice is telling you you're a fat bastard. You're never doing it. You're just going to do it anyway. You're going to start the gym. There's something you're going to do as a collective, but individually this weekend. And everything in your own body, everything in your own mind, everything in you is telling you you're faking it. You're a liar. You're an imposter, but you're going to do it anyway. There's something about this weekend. I don't know what's going on in the energies, but there's something about this weekend that just leads to months of progress, months of success, months of happiness. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I just sat down and was like, I've got this idea to do this soul podcast talk. I'll just do it. But it's probably because there's people listening to this who are like, Fuck this. Like some of yous, I'm telling you, you've got nothing to lose. At this point, you might as well just go all in. You've got nothing to lose. Right, just do it. We're not here to live isolated. We're not here to live in fear. We're not here to act out other people's beliefs and be puppets in their show. We're not here to build up other people's shit at the expense of ourselves. Be reasonable with people. That's another thing I think we all need to work on. Let's try to be calmer. Let's try to be better. Let's try to be accommodating. I was on the beach yesterday. I was minding my own business. I'm a woman who I like me privacy and I like me peace. And when you come over that line, there's probably going to be some problems. But I'm lying on the beach, and this man, he made an effort to come over. And I was a bit like, I'm kind of just chilling. But I was like, okay. This man has had the courage to come over to me. He was attractive. And I was like, you know what? I'll go with it. Right. And we had a really good talk. Nothing happened. He drove me back. It was just, a good connection. But I'm saying, open yourself up to people approaching you. Open yourself up to approaching people. Do it calmly, do it reasonably, because you'll be surprised what business opportunities, what love opportunities, what things can come from that. It builds a lot of courage, reconnecting within society, approaching people, right? um some of yous, it's someone you need to let go of, because like I said, this person is destroying your dreams and your ambitions. Some of yous, it's a system you're in, so it could be a job. These are people who are just nasty, spiteful people. They have no interest in building up your power. They have no interest in seeing you grow. In fact, they're putting holes in your boat at every opportunity. People keep saying, Elisa, where are you? But there's nothing I can do. Like, well, there's a lot I can do. Rebuild myself, be the power that I am. Keep showing up to 4 or 5 people for now, because soon it'll be millions. Trust the process. All that God is doing is humbling me. All He's doing is showing the devils within my life. All He's doing is showing the false supporters it's grace. He's showing the fake love. He's showing how I'm reacting to these people. He's showing where I'm not leveling up, and He's doing the same for you. Okay? So for those who are single, come on, because this love is out there. And for some of you, it's this weekend as well. Tell me about the ones this weekend where it's coming this weekend, though. Tell me about that. Nine of Wands, you're going to have to drop your guard. This is some of you are so fearful and so paranoid, but the thing you want is right there, man. It's right there. And you're rejecting it because of some tosser from your past, right? Like, it's coming in. Six of Wands. Be careful with the air signs, because what I'm getting here is love is coming towards you, or someone's trying to approach you, but you're reacting badly to this person trying to come in and approach you. This can be inner childhood wounds as well. You know, I mean, a lot of you women, you just go on that men don't do the work, and then when they approach you, you start acting weird. Like, calm down. Stop acting from fear. It's why men are not approaching women, because they're too scared. They're like, this bitch is gonna have me up in court. They're gonna have me arrested. Like, just chill, right? People will reveal what their intentions are, but you need to let them approach you. Um, some of you definitely need to think about a side hustle, a new career plan, a new business, because a system you're in, a job you're in, it's stagnant, it's low energy, it's not progressing you. So this guy who's coming towards the collective, so the one who's going to have success in love is an air sign woman, but she's coming up reversed. So for the air sign women who are listening to this, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, there is a fire sign, Aquarius strongly. There is a fire sign coming towards you, but you're just not thinking straight yet. You're reacting, you're acting badly. You need to calm down. Some of you are holding on to the wrong person. The collective message, because I don't want this to go on too long, is that it's time to accept what's not working. Some of you, what's been done to you in the past has been abuse, mental, emotional, physical. Some of us are trapped within the system that is unjust, it is corrupt, it is do as I say, not as I do. I said this when YouTube demonetized me. The amount of people on this platform who've got big followings. I'm talking in the millions, who are slating YouTube, who are talking all kinds of shit, yet they're still monetized because it's what suits YouTube. It's not about what's right. It's not about protecting people. It's about what suits our interests and what doesn't. But it's time, same as the past, right? Like some of years, like you've dealt with some bad eggs when it comes to love. But this man who's coming towards you, he's not deceiving you. Some of years it's a fire sign, some of years it's a water sign. I'm talking to an air sign woman. Leo woman, an amazing connection. I feel like Leo women are building a community. So this is what I'm going to finish with, just some things I'm getting for each sign. Leo women are building a community. This is going to be a powerful community. You're simply not interested in fighting people. You have a vision, you have a passion, and you want people who feel that vision, who understand that vision, who can feel that passion to get on your team. This is a good approach. I think people can learn a lot from Leos right now. I think people can learn a lot from Sagittarius. Sagittarius very much in its own lane. It's leveling up. It's confident. It knows what it wants. It knows what it doesn't want. This is good. For the water sign men listening to this, you're being too passive. There's a woman you want. You're going to lose her because you're not having the courage. I understand it takes a lot of courage. When that man came over to me, my body was having reactions. I was sensing it up. I was like, hmm. But I told myself as he was talking to me, I was like, Lisa, calm down. The man is going to reveal what his intentions are at some point within this conversation. There's nothing to fear, you know? So sometimes we're acting from unconscious, we're trying to figure out the person instead of being present, being calm, letting the person reveal to us what the intentions are. Um, some of yous, you want to build success, but you're going to the end of the goal, right? You need to start learning this weekend. Don't worry about next year. Because some years, by the end of 2024, you're going to have an amazing, successful Etsy, YouTube, podcast. Stop trying to run to the end. And the Page of Pentacles energy is pick it up this weekend. Ignore that dirty ass voice. Ignore those losers and haters and bitter people who, because they won't, they don't think you should. Because they can't, they're telling you you can't. Okay, if you want to hate your haters and your enemies win, let them watch. Let them pull you down while you do everything that they say you can't. Let them call you every name under the sun. We've been having bad reactions to these people, and we simply need to let them sit there in the loser life, living through us. I mean, I've got stalkers who've been living through me for the last 4 years. I don't know what these people are doing with their life, but they need pity. If I'm a woman you think is a fraud and a liar, you spend a lot of time listening to this woman and watching this woman, you know? But the other side of it is because they generally believe that they are judges of people's lives, that they do have a right to, like, it's so silly. But we need to just ignore these people, deal with them appropriately, deal with them legally. There will be a time when you put these people in the place, right? But just don't give these people energy. They're very unhinged people, right? Don't let that voice that's in your head make you not do it this weekend, because I just feel like there's a powerful energy. And if you listen to this energy, if you ignore what the mind is saying, because a Mercury retrograde is also the opportunity to go over old ideas, right? To go over our childhood, to bring things up from the unconscious mind, um, to do things that we put on the back burner in the past and make them happen. I can't tell you the energy that I feel right now. Like, if you just have the courage, and I know it is, a lot of people have been highly betrayed, they're in a lot of pain, they're very confused, they're worried about the people who are hating on them, they're worried about what's coming, but all of that is just stripping power from you. Trust yourselves, have courage, lift other people up, right? If you've got to go to war with people, really make them think, yeah, I should have bullied someone else. Because these Five of Swords people, that's exactly what they are. The mental abusers, the emotional abusers, the nasty, they work in the shadows. They're the type of people, if you got hold of them and give them a slap, they'd cower. They'd run like the little pussy that they are. It's why they hide in the shadows talking shit on the internet. Okay? The other side of the coin is just like some of your own temper, especially for air signs, is getting out of control. You need to get on top of your temper. You can't be out here projecting onto other people. They've got their own shit, they've got their own pain. We're all trying to live around each other, right? We need to be reasonable with each other, but we also need to show respect. And when we're feeling a certain kind of way, so today I wasn't feeling great, I was like, okay, let's get the gym. It was like, if you sit in this room, you're going to be steaming. Let's get the gym, let's lift some heavy weights. And I swear to God, I got out that gym and I was doing backflips. I felt good, right? And that's what I want you to do. It's like you're going to feel a certain kind of way. But if you can say, okay, right, like I can either project this energy, I can sit and brood, I can deflect it all on the internet or whatever, or I can go and channel it. So we're going to leave it at this because I only want to keep these to an hour. But for some of you, what you want is right there. But be careful with your own self, your own dark mind, pushing it away. Okay. Some years you're gonna have to rebuild yourself, you're gonna have to recreate yourself, especially if you're a truth speaker. You're gonna have to do it with your enemies watching, with the haters chatting shit in the comments. uh, just look at it this way: you're giving them a reason to live, you're giving them something to focus on. But while you're building up your life, they're watching you build up your life where they're falling. Because what you give focus to, you give power to. It also creates your future. Okay. You just need to react to these people differently. Me too. Me too. And some of you really, really want love, but because of past experiences, because of intense fear, but some of you are also dealing with a person who's a piece of shit. And a lot of people keep doing this. They keep dealing with unhinged people, nasty people, playboy people. And then you wonder why your life is shit. You're dealing with a liar and then wondering why you're being lied to. I think for some of you, a lot of you listening to this, it's about reality check this weekend. You're creating your reality based off your choices, based off the way you're thinking. Now, for a while, as you're recreating a new business, as you go from single to a relationship, as you go from fat to thick, yeah, let's do thick. Um, you're gonna be like, ugh, because your unconscious mind is gonna fight you, your fears are gonna fight you. You're gonna have to step into your courage, right? But I think that that's the message this weekend. It's time to come out of retreat. No one's keeping you single. No one's making you bitter. No one's beating you. You're beating yourself. You know? Go and show people how it's done. Go show people what character looks like. Go show people what strength looks like. Go show people what courage looks like. Go and be a representation of what you wish the world was. Because I do think there's a lot of people out here with podcasts and a lot of people out here like, shut the fuck up. Look at you. What are you even talking for? I can't take you seriously. You know, like I'm not being mean. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna be out here preaching a choir, make sure you're singing from the right hymn sheet and you're singing from a right symphony, right? Like it's crazy, you know. But a big message for you this weekend is some of you have got to have courage to stand up to that darker voice within yourself. You've got to have courage to heal. You've got to have courage to reject those people who are bringing misery into your world. You've got to do what my friend did last night, which is like, I'm sorry, 1 second, a minute. But you're telling me no, 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 and that's okay. It builds stronger foundations, it builds stronger friendships, right? It's time to have that deep talk. It's time to be honest, right, with yourself and other people. And if they leave your life, okay, I guess it's time. Because a lot of you are going to have to accept that we're going to go through big changes and things are going to end, and that's good. We're outgrowing people, and those people can't come with us to the next stage simply because they refuse. And that's it. There is a lot coming into the world when it comes to what I'm talking about. And I'm just not talking about it because I don't want to put the energy into the podcast, not because I don't have the courage, just know who I am. What I'm saying is we need to stop feeding this. The best way to combat illness is to get healthy. If you make your immune system really strong, if you're eating the right things, if you're getting in the gym, anything that comes into this world, you're probably not going to get. You know why? Because you're a tough motherfucker. Your immune system's in a good place. So the way to beat illness is to get healthy. Okay. The way to beat loneliness is to connect. The way to beat your enemies is to stand there with dick in hand, like, oh, you coming for it? Okay. Oh, look, we got the visitor here. We got the army. Just let them sit there and be like, oh, fuck. Why? you know, you know, but just don't focus on people like this no more. Like, it's something I need to take my own advice with, because they reel you into the trap. And, some guy said to me the other day, one of my guys, he was like, Lisa, don't bite. Don't bite. You know, and you've got to understand that there's so many miserable people, and because they don't have the courage to connect, because they don't have the courage to live in the real world, they live through the internet. These are women who are older in your job who project on the younger generation because they're miserable. But yous might sit there tonight and go, yeah, but there's ways I'm miserable and I'm projecting onto other people. Okay. So it's time to work on that, right? Don't carry on doing it, you know? And yes, some of you is just many factors. This could be the job you're going to, it could be the people who are around you, it could be the house you're living in. Um, you want to make big changes. And the energy this weekend is there's just a power. I think there's a reason I've done it this weekend, where it's like 6 months you can be in a totally different place. A year you can be in a totally different place. But this weekend it means you're gonna have to start putting actions in that are totally different. You're gonna have to think differently, you're gonna have to emotionalize differently, and you're gonna have to act differently. Okay. And for some of yous, I'm telling you, you'll have to get a personal if you want me to look at it. But I'm telling you now, for some of yous, the one you've been looking for is right there. That opportunity, that there is people who are seeing what you're about, and they're going to give you the opportunity, but you got to be open. You can't be living behind closed doors. You can't be in retreat. You can't be being too defensive. You can't be deflecting. Otherwise, you're going to fuck it up. Okay. Final card. Six of Pent. No more crumbs. No more being kind to unkind people. You come with bad character. You come with an attitude. I don't fuck with you. Okay, you come into my comments and you're trying to bring bad energy when we're all just here trying to connect. I'm not giving you no energy. Go argue with someone else. That's what we need to do with these people. Instead of feeding them, it's like, just go away. Same as all this propaganda that's on the internet and all what's coming. Don't feed it. You've got a life to live. You've got kids to focus on. You've got love to focus on. You've got health to build. Don't feed it. Don't watch it. Okay. And then you'll see the numbers go down because the collective will be too busy living the life, connecting with each other, loving, creating health, creating businesses. And they'll be like, oh shit, it's not working, you know? And that's it. I know it's hard. We're definitely at war, spiritual war. But this is the first podcast talk I've ever done. So I hope you liked it. It is in a Mercury retrograde. It is random. But yeah, it's really me too. I need to recreate myself. There's been a lot of injustice, but I've been feeding and I've been focusing on it. And when I step into your world's going to change because I'm a powerful motherfucker and cunts are going to learn that. You want to fuck with me? Okay. I was in my lane doing me. You want to play? We play. But I'm not going to do it the way that they think I'm going to do it. I'm going to focus on the right things. I'm going to be true to me. I'm going to be true to the people who matter to me. I'm going to say what I mean what I say. If I love a person, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to live from my authentic self. And I think the best way to beat these NPCs, this matrix, these dirty cunts, is exactly that. Be you. Live as you. Because they want you as a robot. They want you living in some false persona. The best way to beat all this is be you. That's it. Because you've got to understand with NPCs, like they hate you because they don't have the capacity to be true to themselves. They're constantly living in lies. They're constantly living in persona. So when they see authentic people and vulnerable people and loving people and raw people, it kills them because they don't have the courage to be it themselves. When they go in and watch Aiden Ross, who's massively successful, and they sit there cutting him down, it's because they're bitter. They're like, this guy is young, he's 22, he's rich. Like, maybe why don't you learn from him instead of being bitter? It's so silly, right? And some of yous are bitter. And is your bitterness getting you anywhere? Is moaning about what people are doing and the injustices of what people are doing getting you anywhere? This masculine who doesn't love you and doesn't value you, is it getting you anywhere? Is it getting you what you want? So I think with some of yous this weekend, it's about honesty. You're going to have to be really honest. It's that honest talk with yourself. It's that honest talk with other people. And the unconscious mind is very strong this weekend because we're still in the Mercury retrograde and there's a lot of other things going on. I think people are also really tired and they've just had enough. So I feel like people just they don't have the capacity to be fake because they're so tired. It's like, I'm sorry, but I can't even put on an act. Does that make sense? So I think that's good because it's like I don't have the capacity to be fake because I'm just too tired. I'm just too done with this shit. And that's how we need to be. We need to be decent people, put our head down, mind our business, attend to our shit, help who we can, right? Observe people. And when people come in causing a problem, like I said, this time it's going to be different. When this thing all comes back again, we can react differently because we've been through it before. We don't need to do the same as what we did before. And we're not going to fight and we're going to be calm, cool, collected. Okay. And I feel like some years are at breaking point, but this is, remember what they say, the tree bends, but it doesn't break. That's why trees are still around for eons, right? Some of you feel like you're breaking right now, but you're actually just bending. You're just in the middle of a storm. You're going to stand up again, right? The leaves are going to grow again. Shit's going to be good again, right? But some of you do need to help yourself with your choices, the people you're fucking with, what you're watching on the internet, how you're reacting to things, what you're ignoring, truths you refuse to face. I also get like a lot of singles who are listening to this and you're just fucking miserable. Like, it's okay to say, I want to get in bed with me person. I want to snuggle that person. I want to tell that person I love them. It's human nature. What's being done is sick. And people are out here falling for it, going independent woman, independent man, fucking loser more like. And then some of you are saying you want love, but you keep trying to love people who are Five of Swords energy. These people can't love. They're in the mind, they're not in the heart, right? You need to let them go. So some years, I'm not going to lie, like there's painful choices and it means things have got to go, things you've dedicated yourself to. You've got to let these NPCs and these Daves and Karens have the short win while you focus on the war. But you're not going to war with these people. You're going to war with yourself. You're going to war with your own standards. You're going to war with your own heart. You're going to war with your own fears. That's the win. Fuck these. They're done anyway. It's the facts. Someone said to me the other day, "Oh, you're just getting your karma," and I was like, "Well, put it this way, maybe I am getting some karma, but the karma you've got coming to you, God help you, God help you." And that's what these cunts are doing. They're sowing so much like the backlash that's going to come to these people. And some of you need to watch it, like watch what you're doing, watch how you're treating people, because I'm telling you, it's real. It's coming. Like the universe sees all, God sees all, and you might get away with it for a while, but it's all being tracked, and eventually the wheel will turn. So start acting right, start moving right, start setting boundaries with other people. No more crumbs. Um, no more playing small. If these people want to play small, that's on them. If people want to just exist to exist, that's their journey. You don't have to. Okay. And now we've got a firework going off, so we'll leave it at that because that's it. That's the final. That's it. Right. So hopefully you enjoyed this. This was just random like rantings and messages I was getting from the tarot, and I just thought I'll quickly do it. Check all the links out below. Go follow the website because the website is mine. It's got blogs, it's got the weeklies, it's got readings if you want to buy any. It's gonna have the 2024 readings on it. Check the 2024 linked in the video because it's going to help you. It's on deal. There's also a 7 archangels. That's advice from your angels. I know I've been a bit trippy in this, but the energy is really intense. And I think it's just in alignment with kind of what the weekend energy is, which is a lot of repressed energy, a lot of emotion. Some people are going to break down this weekend, cry, transmute, let it be. You're not weak. you know, for those who are listening to this and feeling a lot of pain, it's okay to say you're in pain. It's okay to say you're fucked up. It's okay to say you've had bad reactions. Let that transmute this weekend so you can start to move forward. And some of you pick up that book this weekend, listen to that podcast, start thinking about that business. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry if it's going to be successful. Just pick it up. Just pick it up, right? Just watch a podcast on it. Just watch someone who's doing it. Just maybe you want to be a streamer, go and watch Aiden Ross. Just pick it up. Okay, don't worry about the outcome. Just first step. And I'm going to finish with that list that I told you to write. If you do that and you program that into your mind for the next 3 months till the end of the year, you will get what you want in 2024. You need to get a pen. You need to get a piece of paper. None of this technology shit. You need to write a nice list of what you actually want. Don't worry about how you're going to get it or any of that. Just write a list of what you actually want. Okay? Starting with the thing you most want. And every night before you go to bed, read it to yourself. And every morning when you get up, there'll be times when you forget. Just get back on track, like a diet, like things you forget. Okay? But if you do that for the next 3 months, 2024, I've done it. There's been places I've walked past and I've been like, I really want to stay in that 5-star hotel. And I've just looked at it and I've looked at it and I've looked at it. And I've not known I was going to stay, like how I was going to stay there, how I was going to get the money, and it's happened. There's been places I wanted to live and I've went to the gym every day and it's been above it and I've been like, oh, I really want to live there, really want to live, and I did. So to recondition and to manifest, it's a kind of, you got to keep looking at it and you don't know how you're going to get there or how it's going to come into being, but the more that you do it, it's like a person you meet. It's like, I really want to be with that person. I really want to be with that, but without forcing it. You're not forcing outcomes. You're not trying to figure out how it's going to happen. You're just focused on that girl. You're focused on that guy. And at most time it happens. Okay. So hopefully this was interesting. I haven't really done this before, but go check the website out. Check out the private readings 2024 linked in the video on below. Go follow on Instagram. Go follow Kick. Like the video, comment, tell me what you thought about it. Was it good? Please don't mention the tripping because it's just a Mercury retrograde and it's just right now. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of tiredness. Just respect that it's a Friday night and I've just spent an hour and a half nearly doing this for you. Hopefully it was helpful and I'll speak to you soon.